Well, hello. My name is KPedigo, and this is my podcast. My book is called Medhead by James Patterson and Hal Friedman. My book is based on a kid with Tourette's and his life stories, so I did some research on Tourette's. Tourette's syndrome is an inherited neurophysical disorder with onset in childhood, characterized by multiple physical tics and at least one vocal tic. Tourette's once was a rare condition that included very inappropriate and uncontrollable remarks. Today it is no longer considered rare, but is always be correctly identified because most cases are mild. 17-year-old Corey tells his story of how he was unusual problems with his brain. No one has been able to figure out. At 17, Corey has found peace to where his condition doesn't bother him, but he is addicted to alcohol. Parents take Corey to Dressler Psychiatric Hospital to see if they can help with his alcohol addiction. Corey and family take a tour of hospital, not knowing that Corey had been admitted to Dressler Psychiatric Hospital. Corey's parents won't be able to take him home, but after a few calls, they finally get an AMA, against medical advice, which means that Corey's parents and therapists have complete responsibility of him. Years before this incident, the doctors that he had told him that he had ADHD. So they gave him Ritalin, which is supposed to calm you down if you have ADHD, but for Corey, it had the opposite effect. He would get obsessed with things like words he would have to say all the time. He would have uncontrollable tics, and he would have to spit his food into families' faces, have to tap his sister's shoulder all the time, tics like that. He couldn't stop. His mind just kept telling him to do that, and so he did. So he went back to the doctors. Doctors knew that he didn't have ADHD because of the way he acted on the Ritalin. So the doctor had to tell the parents something, so the parents left, and they believed that Corey had Tourette's syndrome. And the doctor said there is many numbers of medicines they could give Corey. It would be trial and error. So they got a new therapist that is a specialist in Tourette's syndrome, Dr. Dressler. So if I refer to Dr. Dressler, that's who that is. She puts him on a new medicine, clonidine. She increases the dose every few days because his movement and behavior does not get better. Corey keeps getting new obsessions, even on the new medicine. He just has to wash his hands all the time. He's stabbing things. He's always worried that his mom's gonna die, and she has to park at the beginning of the line every day to pick him up from school, or he thinks she's gonna die. His condition is getting worse. His tics, and he is still getting new tics. They're very uncontrollable now. He really doesn't get any sleep because he keeps getting tics and they're hurting him and stuff. So they got him off of that drug, and they got him on a new drug called Haldo. Started this a few weeks before 3rd grade. And that drug did not work, so they had to get him on a new drug that causes Corey to do more dangerous stunts. And Corey took the wheel of his mom's car, and they got in a car wreck. And so his mom made him get off that medicine. By 4th grade, it was harder for him to stay a whole day in school. Now, off of the drug that caused him to do dangerous stunts, he got on a new medicine called collagen. He struggles to make friends, and teachers always get frustrated at him because he can't stop at what he does. And he's been on this medicine for 6 years, and the ticking's just getting worse. Dr. Presler describes his condition as compulsions. New drug called Celexa. It's an antidepressant, and this is the first time he's ever been on an antidepressant. And now that drug just makes it even worse, so obviously he's not depressed. But they put him on another drug that is another antidepressant. It's called Paxil, and they get him off of that because it doesn't work. And so they put him on a new drug called fluvolamine that gives him very bad side effects, being disruptive in class again. And so that medicine doesn't work, and so they put him on a new medicine called Buspar, helps with anxiety. Resprador, an antiphysiotic used for schizophrenia and to control violent behavior. He got on that, and it worked a little bit. It really calmed him down. He got to play baseball on this medicine, and he did very good on baseball. He striked a player out, and he got a home run, even though the players on the other team were making fun of him for having Tourette's and using that against him. Corey really didn't have that many friends, so him and his dad became very close. His dad always took him on vacations and to the lake and different places because Corey didn't have that many friends. So his dad was always there for him. They got him on a medicine called Respradol. It shot up his weight to 230 pounds. So not only did he have Tourette's, he was an overweight child, and people made fun of him even more. And to the beginning of his junior year, he became a chain smoker. He was overweight. He said whatever he wanted. He didn't care what people said or did. He fell behind in school a lot, and so he finally just quit. And he went to wilderness camp for troubled teens, and his dad decided that he finally needed to get back in school, so they took him, and the principal said that he would have to repeat junior year. So Corey went back for his junior year. He sat through 8 classes without having any tics. He was doing awesome. He was having no ticking. Tourette's was gone. He felt free. He felt like he could leave the house without any problems, and he did. He would go on night strolls on his bike, and he just felt free, and he was just so happy. And I really enjoyed this book. A lot of people's life stories kind of bore me, but this book always had something interesting on the next page. I love this book because it had a happy ending, and I love happy endings. And that would be my podcast.